Alright, magandang hapon po 'no, sa inyong lahat teachers. I hope nandito na po yung ating mga TLE at saka yung ating mga TVET majors, okay? Kapag nandito na po 'no, magparamdam po sa ating comment section and of course, tonight po pag-uusapan po natin yung ating session 8. This one is Textbook Essentials. Again, pag-uusapan po natin yung mga konsepto po hinggil po sa ating textbook 'no, most especially po yung ating mga BTVT-Ed. I hope nandito na po sila, okay? Magandang hapon po kay Miss Irish dito 'no, kay Miss Eunice, magandang hapon din po. Kay Miss Maricel, okay? Magandang hapon po. Okay? And of course, pakitag po, no? Pakitag, paki-mention po ng ating mga kakilala sa ating comment section. And of course, no, paki-share din po ng ating live. At least, no, marami po tayong matulungan tonight. Okay? Magandang hapon po. Good evening. Good evening po sa inyong lahat. And of course, welcome. Welcome po sa ating panibagong session tonight. And of course, papalapit na yung ating final coaching, no? That would be on March 7th to 10th. Okay? So bago po yan, open pa rin po no yung ating regular membership dito no for only 200 pesos. Pwedeng-pwede nyo pa rin pong mahabol no since we are still in our session 8. Okay? Ma-avail po ninyo yung ating tatlong refresher sessions, 10 intensive discussions, 3-day final coaching session. Okay? Actually, 2 days po ito, no? Kinopress ko po. Kaya hindi na po siya 3-day, okay? 7 to 8 po for 2 days. I-cover po natin yung 4 na submajors po ng ating TLE. And of course here, meron din po tayong mga diagnostic exams, summative test, pre-board examination, and of course, unlimited drills din po sa ating community chat, no? For only 200 pesos, pwede po ninyong ma-avail lahat ng yan. And of course, here, no, for our final coaching, open na rin po, no? Previously, this one is 200, but of course, naka-promo po tayo for only 130 pesos. Pwede po ninyong ma-avail yung ating final coaching plus our pre-board examination, no? Pwede din po ninyong ma-download yung ating mga files, okay? You will be receiving the tips and techniques as well on how to pass the board examination. And of course, meron din po tayong pabaon drills, no? For only 130 pesos, pwede na po ninyong ma-avail yan lahat, okay? Just PM me po, just send a message to my messenger, search me sa Facebook po, Jeff Hermoso Pascual. Again, just search my name, my account sa Facebook po, Jeff Hermoso Pascual. And of course, here, sharing with you, no, our March final coaching. March 7 po, that is 8 a.m. onwards, that would be Agri-Fishery Arts. Ako po yung maghahandle niyan. March 7, no, for 1 p.m. onwards, that is Information Communication Technology. And of course, si Coach Arman po yung magiging lecturer po natin dito. And of course, on Sunday po, no, March 8, 8 a.m. onwards, that would be home economics, no? Followed by industrial arts by exactly 1 p.m. Okay? Paki-screenshot po ng ating schedule, no? Sa ating para po sa ating final coaching. And of course, here makakasama po natin yung ating coach, no? Bagong coach, Coach Arman Espenas, LPT. Okay? Siya po yung mag-handle ng ICT mismo. And of course, here, bago po tayo mag-proceed, no? I invite everyone to pray. Let's have our daily prayer here. Lord God, as I begin my review, calm my mind and strengthen my focus. Grant me wisdom to understand, patience to learn, and clarity to remember all that I have studied. Guide my thoughts, remove all fear, and fill my heart with confidence and peace. May my efforts bring honor to you and lead me closer to my goals. Amen. Alright, amen. And of course here, kapag ready na po tayo, no? Ready na po bang makipagbardagulan sa ating comment section? Kapag handa na po tayo, pakilapag po, ready na sa ating comment section. Again, kapag handa na po tayo makipagbardagulan sa ating comment section, pakilapag po, ready na. I hope hindi nyo po naririnig yung mga background noise ko dito. Ready na si Miss Christine. What about the others? Ready na po ba? Ready na, ready na. Of course, wag na po natin patagalin, no? This is our fast discussion lamang po. And of course, here, let's begin our discussion with item number 1. Okay, your question here. In which phase of the ADI instructional design model are the learning objectives primarily established? Is that A, evaluation, letter B, design, letter C, implementation, or letter D, development? What is your choice? Item number 1, pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Again, your question here, in which phase of the ADI instructional design model are the learning objectives primarily established? Is it A, evaluation, letter B, design, letter C, implementation, or letter D, development? What is your choice? Item number 1. Hopefully po, maging successful yung ating discussion tonight, no? Given the fact na medyo mahina po yung aking connection dito. Kapag ADI instructional design, okay, we are talking about the phase, no, kung saan po focus po mismo sa ating learning objectives. Okay? So ano po yan? Is it A, evaluation, letter B, design, letter C, implementation, or letter D, development? What is your choice? Item number 1 ay si letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Implementation. What about the others? What is your choice? Item number 1. I see a lot of letter C's. And of course, magdiwang po yung nagsagot ng letter B. Kaso wala pong may nagsagot yan, okay? Kaya ligwak yehey po yung lahat na nagsagot ng letter C, no? Saktan po ang sarili kasi nga po letter B po yung ating hinahanap dito, no? Tandaan naman po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po nating ADI model, no? Widely ginagamit po natin ito, no? Use instructional design framework in our training, education, and development programs. And of course, may mga phases po ito, no? Yung ating ADI model. Unang-una po dito, yung first phase would be our analysis. Okay, tandaan lamang po natin, kapag pinag-usapan po natin yung analysis, ito po yung goal setting stage, di ba? Nakafocus po siya on the target audience, di ba? Yung ating teachers distinguish what the students already know and what they should know after the lesson. Okay, yan po yung ating analysis na tinatawag. And of course, after our analysis here, this one is followed by design. Okay, tandaan lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po natin design, ito naman po ay nakafocus mismo po sa ating learning objectives, di ba? Sa ating content, subject matter, no? Assessment instruments, and of course, yung mga media na gagamitin po natin. Okay, yan po yung ating design mismo. Kapag pag sinabi naman po nating development, no, or develop na phase, ito naman po ay nagsa-start po ng production and testing of methods, no, and materials to be used in the instruction. Okay, yan po yung ating development na tinatawag. And of course, after that one, ito naman po yung tinatawag natin na implementation. Okay, tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin implementation, ito po yung learning experience is redesigned, updated, and of course, edited to ensure maximum effectivity. Okay, yan po yung ating implementation. And of course, the last phase here would be our evaluation. Okay, tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin evaluation, of course, ito po ay subjected, no, to meticulous final testing regarding to what, how, why, when of the things accomplished of the entire project or instruction. Okay, yan po yung ating evaluation mismo. And of course, here we are talking about the phase, no, kung saan po ina-establish po natin yung ating learning objectives dito. Nakatuon po mismo sa ating mga learning objectives. That is what we call letter B, no? Yan po yung ating design. Kaya letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 2. What type of drawing is created using only paper and pen without additional tools? Is it a mechanical drawing? Letter B, freehand drawing. Letter C, orthographic. Or letter D, perspective. What is your choice? Item number 2. Paklapag po sa ating comment section. Again, we are talking about here the type of drawing, no, created using only paper and pen. Okay, ito po ay gas-gas na ng mga tanungan, no? So what is your choice here? Is it a mechanical, letter B, freehand, letter C, orthographic, or letter D, perspective? Ay si letter B is tumpak ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Huwag pong mahiyang maglapag sa ating comment section. No? Kapag only paper and pen, limitado lamang po yung paggamit po natin, no? Sa ating mga papel at saka sa ating mga pens. Of course, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is freehand drawing. No? Tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin freehand drawing, of course, this one is created using only our pen or pencil, no, on paper, no, without the use of additional tools. Katulad po ng ating mga rulers, compasses, and even po yung ating mga drafting instruments. Okay, yan po yung ating freehand drawing. Kapag mechanical po, yung dapat naman po natin tandaan dito, of course, nagre-require po ito ng mga drafting tools for precision. Okay, yan po yung ating mechanical drawing. Kapag orthographic drawing po, of course, ito naman po yung ating technical drawing method, no, kung saan po yung ating mga instruments, we are using instruments, no, to depict multiple views of an object. Okay, yan po yung ating orthographic. Kapag perspective drawing po, of course, gumagamit po tayo ng mga vanishing points, no, and guidelines to create the illusion of depth, often requiring measuring tools. Okay, yan po yung ating perspective. And of course, ekes po sila, no? We are talking about here a type of drawing that is only limited on the use of paper and pen. That is what we call the freehand. Kaya letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 3. What is the term for a disease, disorder, or condition of the nails? Is it A, onychomycosis, letter B, onycholiosis, letter C, onychosis, or letter D, onychocryptosis? What is your choice? Item number 3. Again, what is the term for a disease? No, nalaman po natin, disease, disorder, or condition of the nails. Okay, so anong pong tawag dyan? Is it A, onychomycosis, letter B, onycholiosis, letter C, onychosis, or letter D, onychocryptosis? What is your choice? Item number 3. Okay, so at least alam po natin ito, ha? Okay, item number 3. What is your choice here? I see letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? What is your choice? Item number 3. I see a lot of letter C is, tumpak ko ba yung letter C natin? Of course, kapag dito po yung na-encounter natin na class po ng tanong sa ating actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is, magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter C, no? Yan po yung ating onychosis. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin onychosis, ito po yung general term, no, for any disease, di ba? Disorder or condition affecting the nails, including infections, yung mga deformities, and of course, yung structural issues po ng ating mga kuko, no? Yan po yung ating onychosis. And of course, pag sinabi po natin onychomycosis, ito po ay specific fungal infection of the nails, di ba? Causing discoloration and thickening. Okay, yan po yung ating onychomycosis. And of course, yung letter B natin dito, mali po ito na hindi po to recognized medical term related po sa ating mga nail conditions. Kaya X po yung ating letter B. Kapag sinabi naman po nating onychocryptosis, ito po yung tinatawag natin na ingrown nail, di ba? Where the nail grows into the skin, causing pain and infection. Okay, yan po yung ating onychocryptosis. But then we're talking about here the general term for the disease, disorder, and condition of the nails. That is what we call the onychosis. Kaya letter C po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 4. What is the name of the crescent shape pale area found at the base of a fingernail? Is it a matrix, letter B, lonula, letter C, eponychium, or letter D, hyponychium? What is your choice? Item number 4. Again, we're talking about here the crescent shape. Okay, parang half moon yun, no? Yung kanyang itsura. So ano po yung tawag dyan? Okay, is it a matrix? Letter B, lonula, letter C, eponychium, or letter D, hyponychium? What is your choice? Item number 4, kalapag po sa ating comment section. I see letter B is, tumpak ba yung letter B natin? Of course, kapag dito po yung matanungan, no, sa ating actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B po mismo, no? Yan po yung ating lonula na tinatawag. Tanda lamang po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin lonula, ito po yung half moon shaped area at the base of the nail. Diba nakikita po ninyo, yung parang whitish part po ng ating kuko, yan po yung tinatawag natin na lonula, no? And of course, yung matrix po, tanda lamang po natin, ito po yung area, no, under the skin where new nail cells are produced. Okay, yan po yung ating matrix. Kapag eponychium, of course, ito po yung living skin, no, at the base of the nail. Okay, yan po yung ating eponychium. And of course, pag sinabi naman po natin hyponychium, of course, ito naman po yung skin, no, under the free edge of the nail. Okay, yan po yung ating hyponychium. But then we are talking about here the crescent shape, no, the half moon shape area at the base of the nail. That is what we call the lonula. Kaya letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 5 here. Which of the following products is used to prevent bacterial growth on the skin? Is it A, exfoliant, letter B, cuticle oil, letter C, antiseptic, or letter D, moisturizer? What is your choice? Item number 5, paklapag po sa ating comment section. Again, which of the following products? So we're talking about here the cosmetic products, no, that we are using to prevent bacterial growth on the skin. So ano po yung tawag dyan? Is it a exfoliant, letter B, cuticle oil, letter C, antiseptic, or letter D, moisturizer? I see letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? What is your choice? Item number 5. I see a lot of letter C. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Of course, kapag dito po yung matanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C po mismo, no? Yan po yung ating antiseptic na tinatawag. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin antiseptic, of course, ito po yung klase ng produkto, no, or product designed to prevent the growth of bacteria on the skin, di ba? Often used to clean and disinfect wounds. Okay, yan po yung ating antiseptic na tinatawag. And of course, kapag sinabi po natin exfoliant, ito naman po yung ginagamit natin no, to remove dead skin cells. Okay, yan po yung ating exfoliant. Kapag cuticle oil naman, of course, this nourishes no, and softens the cuticle area. Kaya X po yung ating letter B. Kapag moisturizer naman po, of course, yung purpose po nito is to hydrate, di ba, and to nourish the skin. Kaya X po yung ating letter D. But then we're talking about here a type of product no, that we're using to prevent bacterial growth on the skin. That is what we call antiseptic. Kaya letter C po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 6. Which ingredient regulates the activity of leavening agents in baking? Is that a baking powder? Letter B, salt. Letter C, sugar. Or letter D, flour? What is your choice? Item number 6. Paklapag po sa ating comment section. Sige, try po natin sagutin. Item number 6. Okay, so you have 15 seconds for this one. Sige, item number 6, what is your choice? Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Item number 6, I see letter A, baking powder. Okay, again, we're talking about here, no? The one that regulates the activity of leavening agents in baking. Okay, unawain po natin na mabuti yung tanong ha. Okay, again, we're talking about here the one that regulates the activity of leavening agents. Okay, so ano pong tawag dyan? Is it a baking powder, letter B, salt, letter C, sugar, or letter D, flour? What is your choice? Item number 6, pakilapag po sa ating comment section. Of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, no, magligwak yehey po tayo kasi yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? Yan po yung ating salt mismo. Tandaan lamang po natin, teachers, kapag sinabi po nating salt, of course, this one is regulating, no, the activity of leavening agents, katulad po ng ating mga yeast and even po yung ating baking powder. Kumbaga, it slows down fermentation slightly, which helps control the rise of dough. Okay, yan po yung ating salt mismo. Kapag baking powder kasi, of course, ito po ay leavening agent itself. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag sugar naman po, of course, primarily, it adds sweetness and can slightly speed up fermentation. Kaya X din po yung ating letter C. Kapag flour naman, of course, ito lamang po yung provide ng structure po sa ating mga baked goods. Okay, so nakuha po natin, item number 6, the one that slows down the fermentation, the one that regulates the activity of leavening agents, that is what we call salt, no? Kaya letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 7, which cosmetic product is typically used to create a smooth finished look over makeup? Is it a primer, letter B, concealer, letter C, powder, or letter D, foundation? What is your choice? Item number 7. Yes, salt po yan ha. Tandaan po natin yan, teachers. Okay, salt po yan. Item number 7, again, which cosmetic product is typically used to create a smooth, finished look over makeup? Is it a primer, letter B, concealer, letter C, powder, or letter D, foundation? What is your choice? Item number 7. I see letter C. Tumpak mo ba yung letter C natin? What about the others? What is your choice? Item number 7. Okay, I see letter D is, I see letter C is. Okay, abangan po natin yung ating final coaching no kay Sir Melvin. Okay, so for those po na hindi pa po member no kay Sir Melvin, magpa-member na po kayo no. Magkakaroon po tayo ng final coaching that is starting from 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. po bukas no. So magdala po tayo ng maraming tubig, yung ating ball pen at saka yung ating paper mismo, no? Item number 7, what is your choice? I see letter C, I see letter G. And of course, kapag dito po yung matanungan, no, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, This is letter C, no? Yan po yung ating powder na tinatawag. Tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin powder, of course, ito po yung ating cosmetic product, no, na ginagamit po natin to set makeup, absorb excess oil, and of course, to create a smooth, matte finish. Okay, yan po yung ating powder, ha? Kapag primer po, of course, this one is applied before foundation, no, para makapag-create po tayo ng smooth base. Okay, yan po yung ating primer. Kapag concealer naman po, of course, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin, no, to cover blemishes or dark circles in our face. Okay, yan po yung ating concealer. Kapag foundation naman po, of course, it provides coverage, no, and even skin tone. Okay, yan po yung ating foundation. And of course, here, tandaan lamang po natin, no, yung ating mga simple steps, no, on how to apply our makeup. Okay, so the first one here, we should apply our moisturizer. Okay, tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin moisturizer, yung purpose po niyan is to hydrate and softens the skin, no, preparing it for makeup and preventing dryness. Okay, yan po yung ating moisturizer. And of course, followed by our primer. Tandaan mo po natin, pag sinabi po natin primer, this one is applied, no, before foundation to smooth the skin surface and help makeup last longer. Okay, yan po yung ating primer na tinatawag. And of course, after that one, that is followed by our foundation. Okay, tandaan mo po natin, pag sinabi po natin foundation, no, it evens out skin tone and provides base coverage for the entire face, no? Yan po yung ating foundation. And of course here, this one is followed by concealer. Kaya nalaman po natin, pag sinabi po natin concealer, of course, it covers specific imperfections, no, like dark circles, blemishes, or redness on our face. Okay, yan po yung ating concealer. And of course, after that one, this one is followed by powder. Okay, tanda naman po natin, pag sinabi po natin powder, of course, it sets makeup, no, controls shine, and of course, gives smooth matte finish. Okay, yan po yung purpose mismo ng ating powder, no? And of course, after that one, that is followed by blush. Okay, tandaan mo po natin, pag sinabi po natin blush, of course, it adds color to the cheeks for a healthy, natural-looking glow. Okay, yan po yung ating blush. And of course, after that one, that is followed by eyebrow. Okay, tandaan mo po natin, this one, it refers to products, no, katulad po ng ating mga pencil, powder, or gel, no, na ginagamit po natin to shape, define, or fill in the brows. Okay, yan po yung ating eyebrow mismo. And of course, after that one, that is followed by the eyeshadow. Okay, tandaan mo po natin, pag sinabi po natin eyeshadow, of course, this one is applied, no, to the eyelids to add color, depth, or highlight to the eyes. Okay, yan po yung ating eyeshadow na tinatawag. And of course, after that one, that is followed by the liner. Okay, tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po natin eyeliner, no, it defines the eyes, usually applied along the lash line to enhance eye shape. Okay, yan po yung ating eyeliner. And of course, no, the next one here would be our mascara. Okay, tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po natin mascara, of course, this one is applied to lashes, no, to darken, lengthen, and of course, to thicken them, making eyes appear more defined. Okay, yan po yung ating mascara. And of course, after that one, that is followed by the lipstick. Okay, tandaan po natin, pag sinabi po natin lipsticks, of course, it adds color, no, and texture to the lips, available in various finishes like matte or satin. Okay, yan po yung ating lipstick. And of course, the last one here would be the gloss. Okay, tandaan naman po natin, yung purpose po ng gloss natin dito, it gives lips, no, a shiny finish, di ba? Often with a touch of color or shimmer. Okay, yan po yung ating mga steps, no, on how to apply makeup. Okay, paki-screenshot po ito. So, di ba, sinasabi ko, no, even the simplest way on how to apply makeup, dapat alam po natin yan, okay? We go to item number 8. What type of meat is sold right after slaughter without undergoing freezing or chilling? Is it a processed meat? Let it be fresh meat. Let it be frozen meat. Or let it be cured meat. What is your choice? Item number 8. Pakilapag po sa ating comment section. O, diba? Sinasabi ko sa inyo, no? So, dapat aralin po natin lahat, no? Even the simplest ways, the simplest steps, no? On how to perform certain tasks. Dapat alam po natin yan, okay? Item number 8 here, what is your choice, no? We are talking about here a type of meat, no? That is sold right after. Okay, nalaman po natin, sold right after slaughter, no? Without undergoing freezing or chilling. Okay, so hindi na po natin pinaprocess, no? So kapag ano ba ito, in-slaughter po natin yung ating animal, for example, and then bininta po natin agad-agad. So ano po yung tawag dyan? Is that a processed meat? Let it be fresh meat? Let it be frozen meat? Or let it be cured meat? I see letter B. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? Of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is Letter B, no? Yan po yung ating fresh meat na tinatawag. Tanda lamang po natin, teachers, pag sinabi po natin fresh meat, tanda lamang po natin, this is a type of meat, no, that is sold immediately after slaughter without being frozen or chilled, di ba? Maintaining its natural texture and moisture, okay? Wala na pong additional process, no? That is what we call the fresh meat. Kapag processed meat, of course, this has been modified through curing, smoking, or adding preservatives. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag frozen, of course, it is stored at low temperatures to extend its shelf life. Okay, yan po yung ating frozen meat. And of course, kapag sinabi naman po natin cured meat, of course, this one is preserved using our salt, no? Kaya X din po yung ating letter G. But then we're talking about here, the type of meat that is sold right after slaughter, that is what we call the fresh meat. Kaya letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 9. What is the correct term for a fish that has had its internal organs removed? Is it a fillet, letter B dressed, letter C whole, or letter D drawn? What is your choice? Item number 9. Pakilapag po. Again, what is the correct term for a fish, okay, that has had its internal organs removed? Okay, so ano po tawag dyan? Is it a fillet, letter B dressed, letter C whole, or letter D drawn? What is your choice? Item number 9, pakilapag po, no? Do not forget to put your item number, no, with your correct choice para mas madali po nating ma-identify or ma-determine kung ano pong bilang tayo naligwak, no? Item number 9, what is your choice? I see letter D's, I see letter A's. And of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan na na-encounter po natin sa actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be I see letter A's, I see letter G's, I see letter B's. And of course, kapag ganito po, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is the letter D, no? Magdiwang po lahat na nasagot ng letter D. Tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po nating drawn fish, of course, it is a type of fish, no, that has had its internal organs removed, no, but remains otherwise intact, including the head, tail, and scales. Okay, kumbaga yung lamang loob lamang niya, yung kinuha po natin, no? That is what we call the drawn fish. Kapag fillet kasi, tanda lamang po natin, of course, yung fish po natin dito has been cut into boneless pieces. Okay, yan po yung ating fillet. Kapag dressed po, tanda lamang po natin, it refers to our fish, no, that has been gutted, scaled, and had its head, tail, and fins removed. Okay, yan po yung ating dressed fish na tinatawag. Kapag whole naman, of course, this one is completely unprocessed. Kaya X din po yung ating letter C. But then we're talking about here the correct term now for a fish that has had its internal organs removed. That is what we call the drawn fish. Drawn fish, rather. We go to item number 10. Is that correct that 3 teaspoons are equal to 1 tablespoon in standard US measurement? Is it a yes, letter B, no, letter C, maybe, or letter D, cannot be determined? What is your choice? Kapag ganito po, no, sa actual board examination, kapag nakita po natin yung ating maybe or cannot be determined, X na po yan, no? So you only have to stick, no, between yes or no, okay? So what will be your choice here? Kapag 3 teaspoons, no? Is that equivalent po ba sa ating 1 tablespoon? Tumpak ba yan? Is that a yes? Letter B, no. I see letter A's. Of course, tanda lamang po natin, no? Ito po ay lumabas noong September 2024. No? Licensure examination for professional teachers. Okay, tandaan po natin ito ha. Actually, mahaba po yung tanong, pero yung hinahanap lamang is kung equivalent ba yung ating 3 teaspoons sa ating 1 tablespoon, okay? Pero you have to read the entire question ha. So baka ibahin po nila, no? So item number 10, of course, kapag ganito po yung tanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is yes, no? Kaya letter A po yung ating tumpak na choice. Tandaan lamang po natin, no, yung standard measurement po natin, kapag 3 teaspoons po, that is equivalent to 1 tablespoon, no? Kapag 1 tablespoon, that is equivalent to 3 teaspoons. Okay? Sana nakuha po natin yan. That's item number 10. Letter A po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 11. A triangle with 2 equal sides is known as, is that A, obtuse? Letter B, right triangle? Letter C, isosceles? Or letter D, scaled triangle? What is your choice? Item number 11. Okay, item number 11, we're talking about here a type of triangle, no? With 2 equal sides, okay? 2 equal sides. So ano pong tawag dyan? Is that a obtuse? Letter B, right triangle. Letter C, isosceles. Or letter D, scalene or scalene triangle. What is your choice? Item number 11. Paklapag po. Okay, I see letter C is, tumpak mo yung letter C natin. Of course, kapag ganito po, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? This is what we call isosceles. Okay, tanda naman po natin, pag sinabi po natin isosceles triangle, of course, it is defined, no, as a triangle that has two sides of equal length, no, and two equal angles opposite those sides. Okay, yan po yung ating isosceles, no? Yung dalawang sides po niya are equal. Okay, yan po yung ating isosceles mismo. Kapag obtuse po, tanda lamang po natin, no? Pag sinabi po natin obtuse triangle, of course, it has one angle, no? Greater than 90 degrees. Okay, yan po yung ating obtuse triangle. Kapag right triangle po, tanda lamang po natin, no? It has one 90-degree angle, but its side do not have to be equal. Okay, yan po yung ating right triangle. Kapag scalene or scaling triangle, tanda lamang po natin, it has no equal sides, no? And no equal angles. Kaya X po yung ating letter D. We go to item number 12. What mode of instruction is delivered through online learning platforms? Is it a modulated self-paced learning? Letter B, distance learning? Letter C, blended learning? Or letter D, face-to-face learning? What is your choice? Item number 12. Again, we're talking about here the mode of instruction, no? Delivered online, di ba? Online learning platforms. Is it A, modulated, letter B, distance, letter C, blended, or letter D, face-to-face learning? What is your choice? Item number 12. Sige, try po nating sagutin. Item number 12, please do not forget to put your item number with your correct choice. I see letter C is. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Again, mode of instruction, no, delivered through online learning platforms. I see letter C is. I see letter B is. Unawain po natin na mabuti, ha? Okay? I see letter B's, I see letter C's. And of course, nag-aaway yung ating taong bayan dito, no, sa ating comment section. And of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is, magdiwang po lahat na nagsagot ng letter B, no? Yan po ay distance learning. Tandaan lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin distance learning, of course, this one, yung instruction po natin, no, is delivered remotely, diba? Typically through online learning platforms. And of course, it allows our students, no, and teachers to interact virtually, access digital resources, and of course, complete coursework without being physically present in our traditional classroom setting. Okay, yan po yung ating distance learning. Kapag modulated self-paced learning, tandaan lamang po natin, it allows our learners, no, to study at their own pace using instructional modules. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag sinabi naman po nating blended learning, tandaan po natin, of course, we are combining, no, both online and face-to-face, okay, instruction. Meaning, it is not entirely delivered through online learning platforms. Kaya somehow, mali po yung ating blended dito, no? Kapag letter D naman, face-to-face learning, of course, traditional mode of instruction, no? Kung saan po yung ating mga students and teachers interact physically inside the classroom. Okay, yan po yung ating face-to-face. But then we're talking about here, a type of, or the mode of instruction that is delivered merely on using, online learning platforms. That is what we call distance learning. Kaya letter B po, yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 13. What is a connection of two or more devices linked together to exchange information, resources, or services? Is it a system? Letter B, circuit. Letter C, network. Or letter D, transformer? What is your choice? Item number 13. Again, what is a connection of two or more devices, linked together to exchange information, resources, or services? Okay, so ano pong tawag dyan? Is it a system? Letter B, letter B, circuit. Letter C, network. Or letter D, transformer? What is your choice? Item number 13. Paklapag po. Okay, 13 ay si Larcias. Tumpak ba yung Larci natin? Of course, kapag ganito po yung tanungan, na may encounter po natin sa actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, Yan po yung ating network na tinatawag. Tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po nating network, of course, ito ay connection, of two or more devices linked together to exchange information, resources, or services, diba, commonly ginagamit po natin, in our computing and telecommunications. Okay, yan po yung ating network mismo. Kapag system kasi, of course, ito ay collection, of components working together. Okay, yan po yung ating system. Kapag circuit naman, of course, ito ay closed path, that allows electrical electrical current to flow. Kaya unrelated po yung ating letter B, kaya ligwak din po yan. Kapag sinabi naman po nating transformer, of course, it adjusts voltage levels but does not connect devices for communication or resource sharing. Kaya X din po yung ating transformer dito. We go to item number 14. Which cooking method involves direct heat? Is it a moist heat method? Letter B, dry heat method. Letter C, steaming. Or letter D, boiling. What is your choice? Item number 14. Again, we're talking about here type of cooking method no, that involves direct heat. Okay? Direct heat. So ano po yan? Is it a moist heat, letter B, dry heat, letter C, steaming, or letter D, boiling? What is your choice? Item number 14. Okay, 14. I see letter B is... Okay. Tumpak ba yung letter B natin? What about the others? Huwag pong mahiya maglapag sa ating comment section. I see letter B is, I see letter G is. And of course, kapag direct hit po ha, kapag direct hit, ito po yung tinatawag natin na letter B, no? Yan po yung ating dry heat method. Tandaan lamang po natin, kapag sinabi po nating dry heat method, of course, ito po yung klase po ng ating cooking technique, no? That involves direct heat and of course, oil, di ba? Without using water or liquid, commonly seen in grilling, roasting, baking, and frying. Okay? Yan po yung ating dry heat method. Di ba? We are relying on the use of direct heat in oil. Okay? Yan po yung ating dry heat method. Kapag moist heat po, of course, tanda lamang po natin, we are relying on water or steam. Okay? Yung mga halimbawa nito would be our boiling, steaming, and poaching. Okay? Yan po yung ating moist heat method. And of course, yung steaming natin dito at saka yung ating boiling, ito po ay napabilang na mismo sa ating moist heat. Kaya X din po yung ating letter C at saka letter G. But then we're talking about here direct heat. That is what we call dry heat method. Kaya letter B po yung ating tumpak na choice. We go to item number 15. What provides a convenient and safe source of electricity? Is it a extension cord? Letter B, male plug. Letter C, convenience outlet. Or letter D, fuse. What is your choice? Item number 15, what provides a convenient, no? Convenient and safe source of electricity. So ano po yung tawag dyan? Is it a extension cord? Letter B, male plug. Letter C, convenience outlet. Or letter D, fuse. What is your choice? Item number 15. Okay, what is your choice here? Pakalapag po. Item number 15. Medyo na alanganin pa yung mga sagot ng iba dito, no? Item number 15, I see letter C is. Tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Convenience outlet po ba yan? Okay, letter C is letter D is. And of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, no, na encounter po natin sa actual board examination, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? Yan po yung ating convenience outlet o yung tinatawag natin na mga receptacles. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin convenience outlet, ito po yung ating electrical device, no, na in-install po natin sa ating mga walls that provides a safe and convenient access point for connecting electrical appliances to a power supply. Okay, yan po yung ating convenience outlet mismo. Kapag extension cord kasi, of course, it is used, no, to extend the reach of an outlet. Kaya X din po yung ating letter A. Kapag male plug, tanda lamang po natin, this one is attached, no, to the end of a cord and connects to an outlet. Okay, yan po yung ating male plug. Kapag fuse naman, tanda lamang po natin, ito po ay halimbawa ng tinatawag natin ng protective device, no, that prevents overcurrent. Okay, yan po yung ating fuse. But then we're talking about here, the one that provides convenient and safe source of electricity. That is what we call convenience outlet, no? Yung ating mga COs or receptacles. We go to item number 16. Which type of scissors is specifically designed for making buttonholes? Is it A, embroidery scissors? Letter B, trimming shears? Letter C, buttonhole scissors? Or letter D, pinking shears? What is your choice? Item number 16. Okay, sabi dito ni Belladonna, no? Convenient. So it must be convenience. Okay? So actually po, you really have to find the right keywords, no? Sa mga step po ng ating mga tanong para masagot po natin ng tama yung ating mga katanungan mismo, no? So I see letter C is, tumpak ba yung letter C natin? Again, we are talking about here the type of scissor, no? Specifically designed for making buttonholes. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, kapag observant po tayo, no, hanapin po natin yung ating keywords. Kapag buttonholes, of course, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter C, no? Yan po yung ating buttonhole scissor mismo. Okay, wag na po tayong lumayo, no? Kapag sinabi po natin buttonhole scissors, of course, this one is designed, no, to cut precise, clean openings for buttonholes. Diba? Often, have an adjustable screw to control the length of the cut, ensuring consistency in size. Okay, yan po yung ating buttonhole scissor. Kapag embroidery scissor po, yung dapat lamang po natin tandaan dito, of course, ito ay maliit lamang, di ba? Small sharp scissor na ginagamit po natin, no, for detailed cutting in embroidery. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag sinabi naman po natin trimming scissor, or trimming shears, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin, no, for trimming fabric edges. Kaya X po yung ating letter B. Kapag sinabi naman po natin picking shears, of course, it has, no, a zigzag blade to prevent fabric from fraying. Okay, yan po yung ating picking shear. But then we're talking about here, a type of scissor, no, designed for making buttonholes. That is what we call buttonhole scissor. We go to item number 17. O ito, what is the first step in Gagne's 9 events of instruction? Is it A, diagnosing learners' needs, letter B, gaining attention, letter C, providing feedback, or letter D, enhancing retention? So bakit may ganito po tayo makatanungan, no? Ito po ay pwedeng-pwede pong papasok, no, sa ating assessment and evaluation and even po sa ating TTL, no? So dapat alam po natin ito, ha? What is the first step? Okay, we are talking about here the first step, no, in our Gagne's 9 events of instruction. Okay? So ano po yung first step dito? Is it a diagnosing learner's needs? Let it be gaining attention? Let it be providing feedback? Or let it be enhance retention? I see letter B is. Tumpak mo yung letter B natin. What about the others? Huwag pong mahiyang maglapag sa ating comment section. Of course, kapag ganito po yung matanungan, no, na may encounter po natin, yung tumpak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter B, no? Yan po yung ating gaining attention na tinatawag. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, ha? Kapag sinabi po natin Gagne's 9 events of instruction, okay, ito po siya, no? Yung unang-unang phase po dito, this is the gaining the attention of students. Kumbaga, gumagamit po tayo ng mga stimuli dito, no? Katulad po natin mga questions, no? Visuals or stories to focus learners' attention and mentally prepare them for learning. Okay, yan po yung ating first step mismo. And of course, yung second step natin dito, ito po ay informing the learner of the objective. Of course, you have to clearly state, no, what learners will be able to do after the lesson. And of course, tumutulong po yan, no, sa ating mga students, or tumutulong po yan to set expectations and goals. Okay, yan po yung ating step 2 na tinatawag. And of course, yung step 3 natin dito, no, stimulating recall of prior learning, kumbaga, kinoconnect po natin yung ating mga bagong content, no, to what learners already know by reviewing relevant past lessons or experiences. Okay, yan po yung ating stimulating recall of prior learning. And of course, after that one, that is followed by presenting the content. No? Tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin presenting the content, of course, we have to deliver the new material clearly and logically using a variety of formats. No? Katulad po ng ating mga visuals, examples, or demonstrations. Okay, yan po yung ating presenting the content. And of course, after that one is to provide learning guidance. Okay, kumbaga, dito nag-offer po tayo ng mga strategies, no? Hints or frameworks that help learners understand and apply the material. Diba? Katulad po ng ating mga mnemonics and even po yung ating mga analogies. Okay? Yan po yung ating learning guidance na tinatawag. And of course, yung step 6 natin dito, ito po ay eliciting the performance. Okay? Tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin eliciting the performance, of course, we are allowing our learners, no, to apply what they have learned through practice activities or exercises to reinforce the skill or knowledge. Okay? Yan po yung ating eliciting the performance. And of course, step 7 natin dito, tanda lamang po natin, we are providing feedback. No? Tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin providing feedback, we have to give immediate, no, specific feedback to correct errors and reinforce correct understanding. Okay, yan po yung ating step 7. And of course, here, followed by our step 8, tanda lamang po natin, we are assessing performance. Okay, tanda lamang po natin, pag sinabi po natin assessing performance, we are evaluating, no, whether learners have met objectives through tests, diba? Demonstrations or other assessments. Okay, yan po yung ating step 8. And of course, the last one here would be our step 9, no? Yan po ay enhancing retention and transfer. Tanda lamang po natin, tinutulungan po natin yung ating mga learners, no, to retain information and apply it in different contexts through review, to practice a real-world application task. Okay, yan po yung ating step 9 o yung ating enhancing retention and transfer. Okay, para mas mabilis po nating mamemorya yung Gagne's 9 events of instruction, meron po tayong mnemonic dito. No? Ito po ay GERP PEPAE. Okay, again, GERP PEPAE. No? It stands for gain the attention, followed by informing the objectives, followed by recall of prior learning, followed by presenting the content, followed by providing learning guidance, no? Followed by eliciting performance, followed by providing feedback, no? Followed by assessing performance. And of course, the last one here is to enhance retention. Okay, yan po yung ating GERP PEPAE. Okay, tanda lang po natin yan. We go to item number 18. What term describes a liquid mixture used to enhance the flavor and tenderness of food? Is it a marinade? Let it be marinade. Let it be sauce. Or let it be dressing. What is your choice? Okay, GERP PEPAE Robert Gagne. Okay. Actually, natutunan ko pa ito kay Sir Melvin din po mismo, no? Yan po yung 9 events of instructions ni Robert Gagne. Okay, so what is your choice? Item number 18. What term describes a liquid mixture? Again, tandaan po natin ha. Liquid mixture, no? Used to enhance the flavor and tenderness of food. Is it a marinade? Let it be marinade. Let it see sauce or let it be dressing. What is your choice? Item number 18. So dapat no alam po natin ito, 'di ba? Basic question po ito. So at least alam na alam po natin. Okay? Item number 18, I see letter A's, I see letter B's. And of course, kapag ganito po na-encounter natin sa actual board examination, yung tupak na choice natin dito would be, this is letter A. Yan po yung ating marinade na tinatawag. Tanda lamang po natin ha, kapag sinabi po natin marinade, of course, ito po siya, no? Pag sinabi po natin marinade, no, ito po ay flavored, no, liquid mixture often containing acids like vinegar or citrus juice, oils, herbs, and spices. Okay, yan po yung ating marinade, no? Yung liquid mixture mismo, yan po yung ating marinade. Kapag marinade po, of course, ito po ay proseso, di ba? The process, no? It means to soak food in our marinade, no? Yan po yung ating marinade. And of course, yung sauce po, tanda naman po natin, of course, ito po ay typically cooked or blended mixture used to accompany or top dishes, no? Not necessarily to tenderize. Kaya X po yung ating sauce. Kapag dressing naman po, of course, usually a liquid or semi-liquid mixture used on salads. Okay, yan po yung ating dressing. But then we're talking about here, no? The liquid mixture, yan po yung ay marinade ha. Marinade po yan. Kapag pinag-uusapan po natin yung proseso, no? The process of soaking our meat using our marinade, that is what we call marinade. Okay, sana nakuha po natin yung difference between the two. We go to item number 19. Which electronic tool is used for assembly and repair, including drilling holes in printed circuit boards or PCBs? Is it A, screwdrivers? Let it be electric drills and drill bits. Let it be soldering iron, or let it be wire strippers. What is your choice? Item number 19. Pakilabag po. Okay, item number 19. We're talking about here an electronic tool, no? Na ginagamit po natin for assembly and repair. Okay? Including drilling of holes. Okay, drilling holes in our printed circuit boards o yung ating mga PCBs. Okay, so ano po yung tawag dyan? Is that a screwdriver? Let it be electric drills and drill bits. Let it be soldering iron or let it be wire strippers. Okay, sabi ni Miss Marisol dito, now I know. Okay, so at least may natutunan po tayo, no? Item number 19. What is your choice here? Okay, I see letter B is electric drills and drill bits. Of course, very obvious, yan po ay tumpak, no? Yan po yung ating electric drills and drill bits. Okay, tanda naman po natin, pag sinabi po natin electric drills and drill bits, of course, ito po ay klase ng mga tools, no? Specifically, ginagamit po natin to drill precise holes in our PCBs, no? Or yung ating printed circuit boards. And of course, yung screwdrivers natin dito, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin, no? To tighten or loosen screws during assembly or repair. Kaya X po yung ating letter A. Kapag soldering iron, of course, ito naman po ay ginagamit natin, no? To melt solder and join electronic components to PCBs. Kaya X po yung ating letter C. And of course, kapag sinabi naman po natin wire strippers, tanda naman po natin, this one is designed, no, to remove insulation from wires. Kaya X din po yung ating letter D. We go to Item number 20, and of course, our last item for tonight. Are capacitors considered passive components? Is it a yes? Let it be no. Let us say only in some cases, or let it be only in AC circuits. What is your choice? Item number 20. O, sige, sagutin po natin. Item number 20, what is your choice here? We're talking about the capacitors, no? Mako-consider po ba natin yung ating mga capacitors as passive components? Okay. Is it a yes? Letter B, no. Yung letter C natin dito at saka yung ating letter D, X na po ito, no? So you only have two options left. What is your choice here? Kapag capacitors, of course, yan po ay yes daw. Yes na yes. Okay. I see letter A, and of course, yan po ay compact, no? Yes na yes po yan. Okay? Tada, ano po ba yung ibig sabihin no, kapag sinabi po nating passive electronic components? Kumbaga, ito po yung klase ng mga devices, no? That do not require an external power source to operate and do not provide power gain. Okay? Yan po yung ating mga passive components. And of course, yung capacitor natin dito, makukonsider po natin siya, no, as passive electronic component. Kumbaga, no, kasi nga po, they do not generate energy, no? Instead, they store and release electrical energy. Okay? Yan po yung ating mga passive components. And of course, napabilang na po dyan yung ating capacitor. Okay? So aside from capacitor, ano pa po yung makukonsider po natin, no, as passive components. Okay? Nabibilang po dyan yung ating mga resistors, yung ating capacitors, no, yung ating inductors, transformer, and even po yung ating mga diode. Okay? Sila po ay halimbawa po mismo ng ating passive components. Okay? And of course here, bago po tayo maghiwa-hiwalay, no, pakilapag po ng ating score out of 20. Ilan po yung ating nakuha? Okay, so for those po na member po ng ating private group, wala pong problema, no, kapag na-late po tayo, no, sa panonood, pwede po natin itong balikan, no, because this will be uploaded po sa ating private group together po ng ating soft copy po ng ating presentation mismo. Okay? So out of 20, ilan po yung nakuha natin, no? Si Miss Maricel nakukuha ng 15 out of 20. Okay? Pwede na yan. 16 out of 20 kay Miss Pontelias dito, no? Kay Sir Rowell, nakakuha din ng 16 out of 20. No? Meron din 16, 18 out of 20, 17, 14 out of 20. Okay? So, I guess you only have 14 days left. Tama po ba? You only have 14 days left. So, dapat po, puspusan na po yung ating pag-aaral, no? At even po yung ating preparation para po sa napapalapit po na licensure examination for professional teachers. And of course, no, that ends our discussion tonight. Thank you so much po, teachers, no? And of course, bago po tayo mag-iwahiwalay, I would like to leave a quote here. Do it scared, do it broke, do it tired, do it alone, just do it. Okay? Maniwala po tayo sa ating mga sarili. And of course, ipanalangin po natin, no, na tayo po ay papasa at magiging licensed professional teachers very, very soon. Okay? Abangan po natin, ha? Abangan niyo po ako sa private group po natin or sa YouTube mismo, no? Sa YouTube po tayo magkakaroon ng live session tomorrow para po sa ating final coaching, no? That will start from 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. po, no? So magdala po tayo ng maraming tubig, ng ating papel, tsaka ng ating ballpen. Okay? So, kita-kits po tayo bukas, teachers. Good night po and may God bless us all. Enjoy the rest of the night. Goodbye po.